Alright, I am leveling up a Scion, trying to make Corrupting Cry a thing. But my original idea does not work because I didn't read, because I don't really know how to read. I read the top part of General's Cry. Perform a war cry, taunting nearby enemies to attack the user and summon Mirage Warriors from nearby corpses. The Mirage Warriors each use a linked attack skill once before dissipating. I stopped reading there. I didn't want to read anymore. So I was assuming I can do Tornado Shot. And I was assuming that the General's Cry, all the generals would shoot tornado shots, and I was just going to do a Tornado Shot, Corrupting Fever, General's Cry, using Rear Guard with this bow, giving me max block. With this bad boy, my block is like 90, 80%. And I got 52 spell block and a ton of evade. I've just been hyper defensive, and I can just run around screaming at people, and then they would be shooting tornado shots to apply Corrupting Fever. But that does not work. So I grabbed this wand here for 5 divine. And it's got a double multiplier on it. It's got +1 to all spells, +1 to physical. And I'm just running around screaming at people. And there's a bunch of items that I just don't understand. I don't understand how this damage is going to scale. I don't have the knowledge. We have this claw, which makes Warcry cooldowns 4 seconds. Probably not that useful. But what I don't know is this 25% increased Warcry buff effect. Does that apply to Corrupting Cry? It is a Warcry. Does the increased effect increase the damage? Now, I tried it in POB, and POB just kind of doesn't work for war cries. I got this war cry, and I wanted to see if Iron Will isn't going to increase the damage. It doesn't. If I remove this, it doesn't mess with the damage. If I remove this, it doesn't mess with the damage. So I don't understand how to scale this damage. So Corrupting Cry is in the set. I have Battle Mage's Cry now. I can do any other cry. Let's do a cry here. The one I have on right now is General's Cry. And obviously pumping up the skills ups the damage, but not much else. If I get physical damage, it ups the damage. But War Cry of buff effect doesn't up the damage, which seems incorrect. That seems very wrong. Maybe there's a configuration that I need to set. Hold on. Arcane Surge, Fortify, Adrenaline Rage. Have you been hit? I have used a Warcry recently. Enemy is taunted. Oh, there we go. So now let me see. So yeah, this buff effect doesn't work. Iron Will doesn't work. If buff effect doesn't work and Iron Will doesn't work, I don't really know what to do. So this 25% increased buff of War Cries, that doesn't do anything. Arcane Surge, whatever. And then this, skills deal 15% more damage for each War Cry exerting them. I'm assuming that does nothing, because I don't think we're exerting the War Cry. I am just struggling, aside from using a Shaco, which costs like 100 divines to get a level 35 Corrupting Cry. Wait, is that what it's called? Corrupting Cry? Yeah, Corrupting Cry support. Aside from using a Shaco, I don't really know what I'm doing to pump up this damage. So one of y'all's who has all that big brain information that you've been waiting to just shoot at a stranger, shoot that shit at me. Let's run a T16 right now. Let's just do Lava Lake. I'm not going to fight the boss, because fighting bosses is annoying with Corrupting. Ah, fuck it. I'll fight the boss. I'll let you watch me die. Just going to do a blue. You can see where I'm currently at. And where I want to be is probably like 1,000,000 damage. The goal of this is just a build that runs around screaming at people and killing them. So for the most part it works, but the damage is just a little too low. And I'm doing the Carcass Jack and right now I'm doing a triple cluster jewel, triple physical cluster jewel situation. I'm gonna grab this spell suppression